Previously, reborn as an infant in a fantastical world, Haruto gets discarded by his royal parents and is taken in by a man named Gold. Years go by, and after finally taking revenge on his biological mother, Haruto must now attend a school at the royal capital in 3 months. This also calls the need to find an attendant to accompany him there. However, even after going through several candidates, his search ends up failing miserably. Afterwards, unable to say no to Char like usual, Haruto ends up going to the Empire border to rescue a blizzard dragon despite Flay's protest. Ultimately, the dragon is saved by the boy and acknowledges him as her master, receiving the name Liza from Haruto. Within the magnificent Zenfis castle, Haruto orchestrates a formal introduction, presenting Liza the blizzard dragon to his family. He conveys her aspiration to assume the role of a maid within the castle. Liza, in response, offers a heartfelt and somewhat awkward expression of gratitude for the consideration she has been granted. Natalia is instantly captivated by the sight of the dragon girl, adorned in the perfect outfit of a maid. She is unable to contain her admiration, openly gushing about the adorability that is Liza. In a most delightful manner, she extends her warm approval for the unique addition to their household. Charlotte takes the initiative to reach out to Liza. She gently grasps her hands, radiating an air of sincere hospitality. Charlotte introduces herself with a genuine smile and expresses her heartfelt hope that they will establish a harmonious relationship. Liza, visibly flustered by the overwhelming warmth of her reception, responds with a heartfelt and somewhat flustered tone, expressing her own hope for a positive relationship with her newfound family members. Gold, the head of the family, raises an eyebrow, initially harboring disbelief regarding the identity of the girl before him, the very dragon discussed in earlier conversations. However, he ultimately consents to the arrangement. He emphasizes the importance of Liza adhering diligently to the castle's established rules and regulations, while bestowing upon Haruto the authority to oversee matters as he deems fit. A while later, outside the castle grounds, Flay conveys a crucial message to Liza. She emphasizes that a half-hearted attitude won't suffice for her role within the castle and decides to test Liza's abilities. The initial task, cleaning the outdoor areas. The dragon maid dutifully acknowledges her colleague's directive. Flay proceeds to demonstrate the proper usage of a broom with a deft spin, but alas, the broom unexpectedly shatters mid-swing. Quick on her feet, the Fenrir skillfully deflects potential embarrassment, attributing the breakage to the broom itself and the need for caution. Liza, ever the diligent learner, comprehends the message and showcases her skill by meticulously sweeping all the leaves into a tidy pile, broken broom included. She turns to Flay, seeking approval, and is rewarded with a compliment for her excellent work. Their journey continues into the castle's kitchen, where Flay unveils the next trial: washing dishes. To everyone's surprise, Flay manages to accidentally break every single plate, while Liza efficiently dries and arranges them in an orderly column. Moving on to the culinary test, Flay lives up to her reputation as a bit clumsy by burning her pot of food. In stark contrast, Liza shines once again, effortlessly preparing sumptuous and visually stunning dishes that even earn praise from the kitchen's seasoned cooks. At the dining table, Gold and Natalia lavish Liza with praise for her delectable cuisine, praising her for such an impressive debut. Meanwhile, Flay sulks in a corner, nursing her wounded pride. The dragon maid fulfills her duties with unwavering dedication, even delicately wiping Charlotte's face for her. Natalia acknowledges the compliments from the other maids about Liza's quick learning, prompting the maid to humbly credit her teachers for their guidance. Natalia then inquires if Liza possesses any other skills. After a thoughtful pause, she reveals her passion for reading books and her foundational knowledge of magic and related subjects. With enthusiasm, the easygoing mother suggests that Liza could become Charlotte's personal maid, a prospect met with agreement from Gold. Liza, energized by the opportunity, enthusiastically accepts the new role, pledging to give it her all. Meanwhile, Flay continues to sulk in a corner of the dining room. The next morning, diligently tending to her maidly duties, Liza wakes Charlotte and assists the sleepyhead in changing her attire. This chore is followed by a scheduled magic lesson, with Haruto in attendance. The dragon girl demonstrates her unwavering support by aiding Charlotte throughout her activities for the day, which includes studying and preparing for a bath. As the day unfolds, Charlotte astounds Haruto by conjuring a massive fireball, a feat she attributes to Liza's excellent tutelage. In response, the modest dragon compliments Charlotte for her remarkable aptitude as a quick learner. Following this exchange, Haruto, his curiosity piqued, inquires about the water ball hovering above Liza's head. She casually explains that she's merely attending to laundry, impressing him with her adept multitasking skills. It expresses concern about her potential exhaustion from constant movement, but Liza reveals that she has discovered the joy in being active and finds it calming. Charlotte, eager to ensure Liza doesn't feel burdened, queries if she has imposed too much. The Blizzard Dragon swiftly reassures her and expresses genuine delight in assisting her. Charlotte, holding Liza's hands, earnestly shares her desire to forge a deep friendship, seeking the Dragon Girl's agreement. Liza looks to her master for approval, and Haruto readily grants it, declaring his consent as long as she is willing. Overjoyed, Liza reciprocates Charlotte's wish for friendship. The two girls affectionately embrace, sealing their newfound bond, while Haruto secretly revels in the preciousness of the moment. In his thoughts, Haruto offers praise for Liza's impeccable behavior, unwavering dedication, quick learning, and adaptability. A sudden realization dawns upon him. Liza might just be the ideal attendant he has been searching for. Losing his composure, he calls out to her. However, his dilemma intensifies as he gazes upon the endearing duo of Liza and Charlotte, their faces nestled closely together. He struggles with the prospect of separating them right after they have formed such a heartfelt friendship. Noticing his momentary silence, the two charming girls inquire about his well-being. Haruto assures them that all is well and encourages them not to worry. After ensuring their comfort, Haruto privately contemplates his predicament. Suddenly, he recalls the existence of the Anywhere door, realizing that he can utilize it to have Liza accompany him to the capital as an attendant and promptly return her to the castle. A sense of relief washes over him as he resolves the attendant dilemma, reaffirming his determination to focus on his mission of achieving early expulsion. A little while later, within the rustic confines of their log cabin, Charlotte, adorned in her vibrant magical girl costume, is deep in lamentation. She mourns the conclusion of her beloved show, Tiny Love Cure, declaring that for the time being her mind is utterly consumed by this sad fact. Meanwhile, Haruto is engrossed in a video game on his console, and he gently reminds his devoted otaku sister that another show is starting next week. But Liza informs Charlotte that her break time has come to an end. In a sulky but obedient tone, Charlotte acknowledges the awaiting return to her tasks. As she turns to leave the cabin, her brother interjects, seizing her attention. With a casual tone, Haruto drops a bombshell. He is going to attend a school in the royal capital which is starting next week. Charlotte, shocked to her core, demands a repetition of the startling announcement. As her brother begins to comply, she undergoes a remarkable transformation, transitioning into full-fledged otaku mode. Charlotte commences a quirky speech, her voice filled with an ominous enthusiasm, conjuring images of school life, hidden student councils, terrorists, and epic magical battles. Following her passionate musings, Charlotte issues an unexpected decree to Liza, commanding her to cancel any pre-existing plans for the day and some of the nights. This abrupt declaration leaves Haruto thoroughly perplexed. Undisturbed, Charlotte proceeds to amplify her proclamation by energetically announcing the convening of an emergency meeting for the Round Table, further covering her brother in bewilderment. In the heart of the forest, the knights, Flay the Fenrir, Johnny the Skeleton, Jigen the Giant Golem, and Liza the Blizzard Dragon, gather for the secretive Round Table meeting. Charlotte extends her gratitude to them for promptly assembling and wastes no time in emphasizing the confidential nature of these gatherings. She earnestly requests them to keep the meetings a secret. The knights, their loyalty unwavering, readily agree to uphold this solemn request. With an air of gravity, Charlotte steers the discussion toward the central topic, Haruto's imminent enrollment in a school within the royal capital, set to commence in the following week. The knights, with the exception of Liza, exhibit a collective reaction of surprise upon hearing this revelation. Among them, Flay's response is the most pronounced as she expresses her lament that Haruto did not personally inform her beforehand. Sensing Flay's agitation, Charlotte calmly urges her to regain composure and reassures the knights that she, too, only recently learned of this development. She proceeds to praise her brother, placing him upon a metaphorical pedestal, suggesting that there must be a reason behind his choice of whom to inform and when. However, Flay, visibly displeased, asserts that there's nothing of value for their lord to learn from mere humans, given his exalted status as the Demon King. Quickly, Johnny interjects, reminding Flay of their promise not to reveal certain information. The Fenrir, realizing her accidental breach, accepts her oversight and admits her mistake. Charlotte, now wearing a look of astonishment, inquires if there's undisclosed information about Haruto that she remains unaware of. Flay, caught in an awkward position, confesses that it's a secret exclusive to demons, a revelation that leaves Charlotte intrigued and puzzled in equal measure. Charlotte's gaze shifts toward Liza, seeking confirmation, but the Blizzard Dragon maid averts her eyes, silently supporting the truth of the revelation. This unexpected knowledge shocks the otaku sister, prompting her to sulk at having been kept in the dark. However, Johnny, ever the quick thinker, steps in to salvage the situation. He skillfully offers consolation, telling Charlotte that she holds a special place in their liege's heart, and assures her that Haruto will eventually reveal this secret to her. The gullible girl, heartened by Johnny's flattering words, regains her composure and shifts back into her serious demeanor. Charlotte proceeds to disclose the catalyst for her curiosity about school, recounting how while watching a school-themed anime she had asked Haruto about it. To her surprise, he described school as an exceedingly frightening and dangerous place. This revelation leaves the knights utterly taken aback. Charlotte goes on to present her theory, inspired by the plot of an anime. She speculates about the existence of a hidden council within the school, backed by an evil syndicate capable of destabilizing the entire kingdom. The knights find themselves stunned by this unexpected revelation. She further speculates that this might be why Haruto has resolved to combat them, adopting the persona of the Black Knight Shiva. The other knights concur with Charlotte's theory, lending their support to her cause. Following this, she declares her intent to, along with Lisa and Flay, gather intelligence within the capital. Charlotte assigns Johnny and Jigen the task of expanding the pandemonium. The Skeleton Knight readily agrees to the request, while Lisa interjects, questioning whether they should discuss these matters with Lord Haruto. The rest of the knights unanimously concur that it's best not to burden Haruto with such concerns. Charlotte fanatically asserts that the Knights of the Round Table exist to serve Haruto, and that now is the time for them to make their stand. With that, she draws a curtain on this peculiar assembly, ready to embark on their mission with newfound purpose. Later that night, within the confines of his room, Lisa dutifully reports the day's events to Haruto. He appreciates her for keeping him informed and expresses genuine concern, contemplating the potential consequences had he been left in the dark. Following this, the Dragon Maid inquires about his battle against an evil organization. Sensing Lisa's earnestness and the concern in her voice, Haruto finds himself facing a delicate moment. In order to spare her feelings, he agrees with her speculation. Haruto, realizing the great chance he has, proceeds to make a request. He asks her to accompany him to the capital as his attendant. Observing Lisa's flustered state, Haruto employs a gentle coaxing approach. He emphasizes the importance of this task, subtly hinting that it is a responsibility unique to her. With a composed manner, he presents the question directly, asking if she is willing to accept. Touched by her master's trust, Lisa readily agrees. Haruto secretly rejoices at securing an attendant, knowing that he just now has to quickly get expelled from the school. He plans to use the cover of the Black Knight to resolve the entire situation involving the girls. After gathering his thoughts, he dismisses Liza and collapses on the bed. Liza, ever the dutiful Dragon Maid, bids her lord a sincere and heartfelt good night. The end. For now.